Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. This is our next session. If you can remember last week, this is where we stopped, whereby we were trying to cover up the things that we've not been able to cover. Hope you watched that video and hope you are able to complete the first and the second exercises as we had said. So this is the last part that we were not able to cover last week, and it's all about the dictionaries in Python. So you may have seen most of the times that whenever we are, for example, creating a person, like you may have asked yourself, how are we going to have this information for a specific person? Because in the past we've been asking people whenever we are registering them to give us their names, maybe their age, maybe their location, where they come from, and maybe phone number. So whenever we are registering this or recording this in the database, there has to be a way in which we are going to associate, or let's say group this information for a given person, so that when I collect the information for the second person, it will, of course, it will ask the same information: the name, the age, the location, the phone number. But I will have person one, person one, person two, and so forth. So the way we do that in Python is by using the dictionaries. By using the dictionaries. So we say here the dictionary is a collection of key value pairs. So we have a key and a value. So a certain key represent a given value. Think of it as we've been talking about variables, and for example, when we define a variable, maybe x, and say x equals to 7. So like this x is representing 7. So for each and every information that we've talked about here, we'll be having a key, just like think of it as a variable. So that key represents a given value. So it is a key value pair. We have a key and a value. So we have a key and a value. So the key here will be the name, and the value will be the name of that person. Another key will be the age, and the value will be the age of that person. Aside that, if person one registers, so we'll have person one, and this is the information that this person gives us. So it gives us the age, let's say 18. It gives us the name, uh, it is a string. Let's say it's Noel. Let's say it's Noel. So what else? We were collecting also the phone. So the phone is usually in string format also. Maybe +254 7 dash 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 4 or 6, like that. And they give us the location, maybe Nairobi, which is also it can be a list whereby we are selecting from that list and so forth. So once this person gives us the information, we are able to associate it with person one. If we ask the next person to give us the information without grouping the information for the first person, then it will be difficult for us to trace and to associate a given information to a given individual. You've heard me talk about the database. So this is what we do when it comes to database, so that we are able to associate all information of a given person. So we are using the key value pairs. We are using the key value pairs, like the person will have its information. And the database we are just storing, we will talk about that in a little bit tomorrow. if we will have the live session whereby we are going to talk about the files, and we will see how we are recording this information as we receive from the users, because all along we've been collecting this information, but we've not really been extending, or this information we've not been keeping anywhere. Whenever that program ends, it ends with our information and we need to start afresh, and there was no way we could associate a given individual to values. So when once now we have, assuming this is the database, so in the database we'll be keeping the information for person 1, person 2, maybe if it is a table having rows, so this will be maybe the don't worry, because we'll start we'll handle that topic once we get to that, assuming this is the IDs of these people. So in this table we have the information for all these people. So we have the individual, we have the individual, sorry for that, we have the individual information in this table. Say that we'll be having the names, maybe this represent the names of the name of these people, maybe this other one represents the, maybe this represents the age, and maybe this represents the location, and so forth. So we are able to distinguish one person from another, and we are able to associate the given information that we receive from someone whenever we were registering this person from another person using what we call dictionaries. So it is very important. That is why I dedicated only this session for just learning dictionaries in Python. So as you've seen here, each key is unique. Like these are the keys: the name, the ID. You cannot have two names. You cannot have like age, and you cannot have another key. Remember, we said these are the key, and these are the values. So these are the keys. All these are the keys, and these others are the values. So we cannot have like each key is unique. We cannot have keys representing or the same keys. They are usually unique. So if you have age, you cannot define another key that is called age. So they are usually unique. So note that, like we have a name, we cannot have another key that is name. Values here can be the same, like the values that people give us. Maybe we have more than 100 people who are 18 years. We have many people who are called Noel, and some people can be sharing the location. So the values may be the same, but these keys here, they are unique. So whenever we are designing these ones, always note that the keys are unique. So don't repeat. You'll of course get an error message if you do that. But it is good to note. It is good to note that that each key is a unique, and it represents a specific value. Just like we've said here, if it is the age, it represents a given value. So each value is 18. If it is the name of a given person. If it is the phone number. So it is mapping directly. So we cannot have like age, name, and this one is mapping to 18, and this one is not mapping to anything. So it has to be, it is mapping to a given value. Even if there's someone failed to give us value, then we'll say that this represents none, like there is no value. So it is mapping to this one. We cannot be having name and age mapping to, we cannot be having age being 18 and name uh, mapping to this number. Like each key maps a given value. So each key maps a given value. If we have If you have 10 keys, then we have 10 values. So if we have 10 keys, then we have 10 values. Like each key here will map to a given value. Will map to a given value. So we have, this is the syntax. This is the syntax. If I can zoom a little bit so that you can see. So this is the syntax. So if I can have a function here, because we've learned function so that you can relate, with it. So for functions, we are having def keyword, and of course we add the name of the function and the brackets and the full colon. Then uh, we had whatever the function was doing here. So for this case, for dictionaries, this is also the format that they follow. So we have the name of the dictionary starting. So if it is a person, maybe this represents a person. So we have that name, and then we have this assignment operators. I didn't really remember if we talked about that last week. So this is assignment operator, like we are assigning all these values to the name that we define here. Think of this name as a variable. Think of this name as a variable. So use the same nomenclature that we talked about of naming the variables to name the dictionary also. Like use the name that you can easily remember, and